Shiba Army, I'm seeing a lot of angles to this on the Shibarium documentation and Shibarium, the network, right? Because there's one set of people that want Shibarium because they just want Shiba Inu burns, and that's it. Talk to me about burns because I want to see the price of SHIB skyrocket. Nothing wrong with that. There's another portion of the population that they want Shibarium because they want to build, they want to stake, they want to become a validator, and they want this a long-term journey in crypto and financially free and enjoy blockchain, right? Where do you side? Probably you're the two of them, who knows? But it's fun because I know it might not be the way we all desire with 100% burn and nothing to the validators, but that just doesn't make any sense. And that's why I've been taking some time to go through everything. I'm going to share with you, I think, one of the most important subjects, which are burns, right? How this is going to work. Well, according to the documentation, we have two fees: base fee and priority fee. The base fee is going to be split into two. 70% is going to burns and 30% is going to maintain the network. It's all going to be paid with bone, right? To burn it, it's going to be then sent to an Ethereum layer 1 contract, changed to Shiba Inu, and then we'll be allowing the user to initiate the burns and send it on the way out of circulation. Good, makes total sense. Now, there's of course some comments saying, dude, I mean, if the transactions are going to be really small, 1 cent or so, it means that realistically speaking, you're going to be burning pennies, right? Well, I mean, you multiply that by so many transactions, by so many people, and it can all become a really nice pot. The priority fee, that's where the validators get their pie because here's where they get the money to become and continue running the validators, which allows the network to keep itself decentralized and healthy, right? So this way, Shiba Inu, thus far, the team have created the burn system. In my opinion, there's some other chains that don't even have burn on them. Just the fact that you have a burn method, it means that either you have a lot in supply or you have a community that do want that. And from experience, right? Look, the Cronos chain right here, which I belong to, and it's a great one. Some of the top protocols on the chain don't even have burns. That good is that bad? Neither. What it is that oftentimes what the community really wants is burns because it attracts people to see price appreciation much faster, right? And it's cool. Not all of them have burns, but if they have, isn't that a good idea to make things go faster? Let me tell you the whole story, guys. Go ahead and smash the like button. Consider subscribing to the channel. Welcome aboard. Now, take a look at this one. A fraction of a cent burn, right? Instead of 10,000 years, going to take 3,000 years. How about a straight dollar per transaction and 50 cents to ship burns? I mean, that doesn't sound like a bad idea. It's still not that much of money, but I think a lot of us can find other blockchains on DeFi Llama that are even cheaper than 1 cent. So I'm happy to tell you that when we come to the documentation, check this out. This structure may be subject to change, right? Adjustments will be coming up in the next month, test environments. This is exactly why I believe, they're trying to do the testnet first, the beta, which makes sense. When a user makes a transaction on the network, the base fee is locked on a small contract on a contract on Shibarium, while the priority fee is paid to the validator. Because here's the deal: if you are running on your computer, obviously you want to get paid because this is gonna be, to my knowledge, I'm not a validator, never been, but I think you have to have the computer or the program open all the time, and you make sure that it's healthy, and you have to invest because it's not as cheap. So obviously you want some good stuff, and right here everything is there to make sure you are ready for the validators. And they say that all the validators for the early stages, I'm actually going to have a conversation with the team for this early period. So later on, it's going to be more automated. For right now, it's going to be a conversation so you get accepted to become a validator. I believe the number is 100. So that's cool at the end of the day, right? Example, let's say that the current base fee on Shibarium networks X bone, all going to be with bone, and then priority fee will be Y bone. When the validator includes a transaction in the block, they will receive the Y bond. as a reward for the transaction. However, the exponent base fee is not paid to the validator. Instead, it's converted into SHIB and burned, which means it's removed from the circulation effectively, and it's going to help reduce over time. This mechanism helps prevent inflation and ensures that miners and validators do not have an incentive to artificially increase the base fee in order to earn more rewards. So it will have a max fee where they can, go all the way to run this transaction. And I think so far it's gonna work. I've seen it work before. It shouldn't have any problem right now. When you come to welcome to Shibarium, this is the idea, guys, to have a low-cost blockchain, a centralized local blockchain that truly achieves the goal of Ryoshi. And thus far, makes sense, happy. I know it's not gonna make everyone, contempt, because yes, you still have to pay validators and you still have to make it cost effective so people can come. And when I'm looking at the DeFi lemma, all the change that, because Shibarium is gonna be there, right? It's gonna be allowing dApps to build on it. It's gonna be welcoming everyone who wants to do a Shiba ecosystem project. It's gonna be competition, but because of the brand, I think easily top 10 Shibarium could be, and that will allow other blockchains to become smarter and continue the competition, including Cronos as well. The only chain that I'm seeing after doing an analysis on them, Arbitrum, is crushing it right now. They have a decentralized exchange that is GMX, that is absolutely sending it out of the park. So Shiba Inu, that's one thing I think we need. Shibarium requires and needs a decentralized exchange, not a swap. That's good. ShibaSwap is great, but a decentralized exchange. If there's one great, powerful decentralized exchange on Shibarium or derivatives, because that's what GMX does, derivatives, that, guys, is going to attract a lot of people, therefore use more bone, therefore burning more Shiba Inu, you see? Because we have to be very strategic what applications they start building. A lot of games are gonna go there, some yield farming, some application just to burn particularly, but exchanges, decentralized exchanges, lending also is very important, right? Because Aave, it's a big one also on Arbitrum, Ethereum, and many more. We need to have a lending protocol on Shibarium that is going to allow so many people come borrow against and continue working on it. That's what we have on Cronos, which is called Tectonic, right? So providing my knowledge, providing what I know, just to give you an idea that when it increase burns and possibly in the future change a little bit of that proportion so we have more burns, we need to get the right applications and as many we can, the good ones. Because remember, one last thing, these projects, you may have one bad apple in a garden of amazing fruits. What I mean is that not because one is a rug pull or two or a few of them, it means that the entire blockchain is garbage. It may happen. We have to be careful, and we have to always take watch our backs. Letting you know, guys, it may happen, but it's all gonna be cool. I'll see you next time, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. Sheep burns on Shibarium are coming very soon. Peace.